Hello all, hope you are fine and preparing well. This particular video is useful for all competitive exams, not only for bank exams. In case if you are facing any difficulties in solving puzzles, I hope this video helps you, especially for beginners. All the statements which I am going to discuss now are useful, especially in puzzles. So without any late, let's get started. This is the first statement. If possible, try to make a notes. First statement is P's floor is 3 floors above Q's floor. Whenever you see the statement like this many floors above this particular floor, just blindly remember that -1 of that number is the gap between those two. That means 3 minus 1 equal to 2, and there should be 2 gap between P's floor and Q's floor. And it is already mentioned that P is above Q, so P, 2 gap and Q. So this should be the format. So I hope you got this. Next statement, 3 floors gap between P and Q. This is easy because the gap is visible here. 3 floors gap, it is clearly mentioned. So you should write like this. P, visible gap of 3 floors, and then Q. Q. So 3 gap. It is easy. I just want to make a differentiation between statement 1 and 2. Next statement is very confusing and also important. A sits 3 places away from B. Away from B. Whenever you see the statement like this, same, -1 gap between A and B. For example, this is for example, A sits in the end. 3 places away means -1 equal to 2 places gap between A and B. Actually, it depends on the statement in puzzle. I mean, A sits in the end or not. I'm just taking for the example. It can be like this also. For example, A is here and 2 gap between A and B. It is because places should be adjusted according to that particular puzzle. So it depends on the question. Remember that. I am just explaining 3 places away, the meaning of that. So in first statement, 3 floors above, -1 equal to 2 gap. And in this, 3 places away, -1 equal to 2 gap. Now in this statement, 3 people sit between A and B. A and B. We have to write like this. 3 places in between A and B. This is also a visible gap, A here and B here. It can also be like this also, A, B here, A here. So it can also be like this. Places are always dependent on that particular question of the puzzle. So just know the difference between 1 and 2 statements and then 3 and 4 statements. Whatever I have explained up to now, I hope you got it. And next statement, fifth one. Guys, please like this video so that it will be like an encouragement to me to do this type of videos. So next statement is A sits third to the right of B. This will be useful in seating arrangement questions. Right of B. A sits third to the right of what? B. Of B, in the sense take the base as B. Take the B and here 1, 2 and third right A. You can take the numbers 1, 2, 3. Third to the right, A. In the beginning, you can write the numbers like this for clarity purpose. There is a reason why I am writing this statement side by side so that you can know the difference between those two. Next statement is C sits fourth to the right of B. Practice this on paper, then you can get good clarity. So, fourth to the right means just use the numbers of what? B. B, 1, 2, 3 and 4th to the right means we should place C here. Once you become good at solving this, there is no need of numbers. Up to now, 3 floors above, 3 floors gap, 3 places away, 3 people gap, and then 3rd to the right and 4th to the right. I hope you got it. If not, try to listen this video again so that you can get the clarity. Next statement is a big statement. This is the most confusing statement. Even sometimes I get confused, especially in mains exam. So please listen this carefully. Number of persons who sit to the right of A is 1 less than the number of people who sit to the left of B. This statement also depends on the particular question. I am saying this for example. Number of persons who sit to the right of whom? Right of A. So take this as a base. Right of A. This indicates right side. This arrow indicates. So just write A here. It means right side of A. So this is less than. How much less than? 1 less than. Minus 1. Right here. Of what? Who sit to the left of B. Here it is given who sit to the left of B. B left arrow mark. So this should be the statement. Now just take an example that some people are sitting left side B. For example, 4 people are sitting left side B. Let's draw here. Just random number of people are sitting in a line and A and B, one of those members. 1, 2, 3, 4 and left side of B, sorry it is not here. Left side of B, how many members? 4 members. See here, 4 members and minus 1, that means right side of A, there should be 3 members. Because 4 minus 1 is 3 and this is just for example. It completely depends on the particular question. Here I am explaining just according to this statement. So up to now 7 statements, 7 different types, and let's go to the next statement. Next 8th statement. Let's change the alphabets this time. Less than 2 people sit between M and N. Just tell me less than 2 means what? Even 2 is not considered here because it should be less than 2 and not exactly 2. So only 0 and 1 are possible. Actually there is no shortcut here. This is just the concept. Less than 2 in the sense 2 should not be possible and only 0, 1 are possible. So 2 is not possible here and only 0, 1. So in between M and N there can be one person and there can be no person also. See, one person, this one is correct, and also there is no person in between M and N. This one can also be correct. But the places of M and N should be decided according to the question. So N can be here and M can be here also. So while preparing notes, just write the word depends there so that you can understand that okay, this statement is considered according to the puzzle. This video duration is like little bit more when compared to remaining videos. Please bear it because I have to cover as much as possible. Okay, next one. Next statement is like ninth statement, number 9. At least 2 people are right to D. It means, let's draw a line. For example, D is sitting here and there should be 2 people right side of D. At least 2 people. It can be 2, 3 and 4 and so on. 2 is like minimum number because it says at least 2. So 2 is minimum and so on. Like 2, 3, 4 and so on. Here I have drawn an example for 2 people, right? It can be 3 people also. D, 1, 2, 3 and it can be 4 people also. Anything is correct. See, at least 2 never ever mean 0 persons or 1 person right side of D. For example, see here 1 person to the right of D and here 0 persons. Both are wrong. At least 2 doesn't mean like this. I mean these are the common mistakes while understanding reasoning. So I hope you got this. Next statement is very important. Once I complete that explanation, please try to listen 8, 9 and 10 statements again and again so that you can find the difference. At most 2 people are right to D. It means only 0, 1, 2 are applicable. Just make notes if you are getting confused. So at most means 0, 1, 2. It can be 0, it can be 1 and it can be 2 also. Whatever the thing more than 2 is not correct. For example, take 0. That means no person is sitting right side of D. Okay, this one. Next one is one person is sitting right side of D. 2 persons are sitting right side of D. All these 3 are correct. But if 3 persons are sitting to the right side of D, it is wrong because here the limit is up to only 2. That's why it is saying at most 2. Next statement is quite confusing. We can see that statements in the questions like some people are facing south and some people are facing north and they are sitting in a single row. And it is given that not more than 2 adjacent persons face same direction. Again, this statement also completely depends on the particular question while we are solving the puzzle. For example, while making possibilities, we got one possibility and all three people are facing the same direction. For example, all three people are facing north. Here, if the third person is also facing north, it would be wrong because it is clearly mentioned in the statement. If I write like this, the statement is correct because not more than two persons are facing same direction. See, it comes with the practice. While we practice so many puzzles, we can understand these statements easily. Next statement is used in floors puzzle. P is placed above Q. I will write another statement simultaneously so that you can understand the difference. First I will write the answer here. P is placed above Q means it can be placed anywhere above Q. It doesn't mean it is just immediately above. It can be placed anywhere, especially in floor puzzles I am saying. Next one is P is placed immediately above Q. If you see the word immediately, you can definitely place P above Q like this, immediate above. But here in 12th statement, it is like only above Q and it can be anywhere above Q. So know the difference in between these two statements. These are very important and we can make so many common mistakes. So know the difference. You can copy exactly like this in your notes, even writing know the difference in between these two side by side. 14th statement is just like first and third statements. I forgot to tell this there, so I am writing here. A is placed two persons before B. What I have said while saying first and third statements, 3 floors before, in the sense 3 minus 1, 2 gap. Just like that, 2 persons before in the sense 2 minus 1, 1 gap should be there between A and B. 2 minus 1, 1. 1 gap should be there between A and B. This is the correct one. If possible, please write this 14th statement near first and third statements so that we can compare this. In the end of this video, I will display some statements. Please comment the answer for that statements. Last but not the least, if you have any doubts regarding this video, please do comment. And second thing, if you have doubts regarding any chapter, please do comment that chapter name. I will try to explain that chapter from basics in English. So these are the statements you have to answer in the comment section. Whoever is going to answer it first, I will pin their comment. So that's it for today. Consider subscribing to my channel. All the best for all your upcoming exams and see you all in the next video.